Hey, what's up? It's Ben from WODprep, and it has been a really long time since I've been able to bring you tips on the CrossFit Open. If you are here to get your best score possible on CrossFit Open Workout 21.1, then this is the video for you. Specifically, I'm going to be covering a lot of stuff for the RX, scaled, and equipment-free division. If you're doing the foundations division, I'm going to have you ask questions in the comments below, but as a general rule, this workout is very accessible both at the RX scaled and equipment-free level. But before we get into that, there is a special giveaway that's happening between right now through the end of the CrossFit Open, and that is I am giving away 2 free CrossFit Games seats sitting next to myself and the most handsome man in the world, John Woolley from Make WODs Great Again. We are running a special giveaway, and I'm going to share more details with you at the end of this video. So there's also going to be a ton of content that we share in this video, and I have a lot more bonus content. If you want to get everything to increase your score in 21.1, go to the comments or the links below and go to wodprep.com/open. You can download our completely free strategy guide, which also includes some bonus content, including my mental strategy tips that aren't going to be in this video. So here is the workout for 21.1. It's simple, it's going to be very effective, and it's all about the shoulders and core. You're going to be breathing really heavy. Great workout. I'm going to split this video into 3 main parts. First, we're going to talk about the jump rope, so double unders and single unders. Second, we're going to talk about those menacing wall walks. And then third, we're going to talk about some pacing strategies or strategies to help you from burning out in this workout. So first, we're going to start with the jump rope. It doesn't matter whether you are doing double unders or single unders. One of my most important tips is that when you have your jump rope, at the end of each round, I want to make sure that I'm setting that rope down in an organized manner. So I'm going to put it on the ground in a nice U shape. What I don't want you to do is to, let's say, finish your set of double unders, all right? Finish your set of double unders, and then you just throw the rope, and it tangles up, it twists up. I've seen it too many times where once you're done the wall walks, you're going to spend like 5 seconds, 20 seconds just trying to untangle your rope, get it organized. Take the extra time when you're done your sets of double unders or single unders to put the rope down on the ground so that you can easily pick it back up once you're done the wall walks. That is simple, it's effective, and it's going to help you save time, energy, and lots of frustration in this workout. Tip number 2 when it comes to the jump rope, and this is specific to people who are doing double unders, is always start with a few practice reps. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people, when they're really tired, they pick up the jump rope and then they just immediately trip. Okay. And they rush into it. They're trying to do double unders right away, and they just trip and trip and trip and trip and keep tripping. Don't do that. Instead, take the extra second or 2 to just get a couple singles in and then transition to your double unders. We have so many videos about how to learn how to do your first unbroken double unders. I can't belabor those points in this video. We have probably hours worth of content on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram about how to unlock unbroken double unders. So if you're someone who's right on the fence, please go watch our other videos. We'll make sure to link to a few of our best ones below, or just go to YouTube and type WODprep double unders. All kinds of stuff is going to show up. But the bottom line is you need to make sure that you're accumulating reps. So for you, that might mean single, double, or for some, it might be hitting unbroken double unders. Take your time, keep your composure, because if you keep your composure, then you'll be able to do the double unders or single unders a lot more easily. Tip number 3, when it comes to the jump rope, again, especially with double unders, but this also counts with single unders as well, is if you can, avoid counting your own reps. Have someone else count for you. And here's why. Oftentimes when people are in charge of counting their own double under reps, they will actually subconsciously or unknowingly hyperventilate. So if I'm counting, I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and counting in my head, naturally my breath will mimic that pattern of counting. And what happens is I see people hyperventilate all the time when they're doing double unders. There's really no need to, especially earlier on in this workout. Your heart rate's going to be a little bit lower. Use that time, take deep breaths, stay controlled, and rather than counting your reps, have someone next to you. Hopefully, if you have someone, even if you're stuck at home doing this workout, have someone count your reps. The next tip that I want to give people, especially for people who are right on the edge of sometimes you're really great with double unders and sometimes you're not, is the goal in this workout, which is a very shoulder fatiguing workout, is to accumulate reps, okay? And the way that we're going to do that is by keeping our double unders under control, because we've all seen the double under meltdown. We have videos all over the place of people having complete double under or jump rope in general meltdowns. So in order to calm that down. If you start crumbling in the middle of your workout, you can always default to an easier version of double unders, whether that's shrinking your sets and just trying to target 10 reps at a time, or for some of you, going back to bad habits will help you accumulate reps. Single, double, single, double, single, double. Yeah, you're gonna be doing a lot more jumping. It's not efficient, but if you're accumulating reps of double unders, that's a heck of a lot better than just tripping and tripping and tripping. And this is probably my most important double under tip. Like I said, we have tons of videos elsewhere on the internet, on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere about how to learn double unders. We even have a full-blown 8-week training course about how to do double unders. If you are someone who's right on the edge and says, I can't do double unders and I'm too afraid to try, please, I'm begging you, try to do double unders. Open magic is a real thing. In the comments below, if you've ever experienced open magic yourself, whether that's getting your first muscle up, your first double under, your first body weight snatch, whatever it is, leave a comment below and encourage everyone who's sitting right on the edge. Should I scale or should I go RX? If you're right on the edge of learning double unders, please, please, please go watch my videos. Trust that open magic is real. All right, now it's time to move on to the meat of this workout. No more jump rope. Let's talk about the wall walks. Tip number 1 for the wall walks is to set your lines properly. And when I say properly, I mean do it so that you have all the legal advantages that you possibly can have. And here's what I mean. When you're laying down on the ground to get placed, first of all, make sure your feet are flat on the wall. When I was here setting up these lines, we had to remeasure it a couple times because it was so natural for me to just kind of have my toes on the wall. So first thing, get your feet really freaking flat on the wall. And then secondarily, make sure that when you're laying down on the ground and they're measuring the top of your shoulder, so look at my shoulders right now. Would you rather have the line here, or would you rather have it here? Right? You want the line here, which means you have to move really far, or here? So don't be a turtleneck. Don't be turtle shoulders, or whatever the heck this is. Get your shoulder blades down as far as you can. I squeeze my scaps together to pull my shoulders down. Bro, I can't put them down any farther. My shoulders are just huge, man. Bro, I built myself to look like this. I can't put them down. You try it. Try putting them down. It'll just pop right back up. Can't help it, bro. Can't help it. All right, the next tip that we want to talk about is the order of operations for the wall walks. It doesn't matter whether you're doing the scaled version or whether you're doing the RX version. I think the standards or the suggestions here are still going to be the same. So here's what I want you thinking every single rep on the way up. Hips, feet, hands. That's it. Hips, feet, hands. What I mean by that is that when you're starting your rep, you need to lift your hips first. The higher you can get your hips into a pike position, it's like a downward dog yoga pose. Once you get your hips high and your arms extended, then we pick our feet up. Okay, so I'm driving my feet as high as I possibly can on that wall to make sure my first step is really big, and also that my first step has both feet off the floor. Then and only then are we using our hands. So remember, hips, feet, hands, or hips, feet, arms, whatever works in your brain. But what we don't want to do, like what we have to avoid, is getting no repped or doing more work than we need to. So start with my feet. That's good. And then, okay, all right, perfect. I think I could just, good rep, good rep. So the third tip for wall walks is to be very mindful of where your hands are starting. Every extra inch matters, and what we don't want to be on the wall walks is an overachiever. Do exactly what the standards say and nothing more. So let's come down here to the line and I'll show you. So when we're starting our wall walks in the beginning of the rep, what I don't want you to do, and again, this is for the RX division. For the RX division, I don't want your hands to start right here. Because then what happens is that, as I hinge up, let's say I hinge up and get my feet up, now I have to walk my hands an extra, however long. Instead, make sure you're starting with your fingers on the line. Remember, fingertips count. So rather than start with your hands here or here, start with them here. Just get your middle finger on the line. This is a legal starting position. And then, as you can see here, let me get my hips up, legs. Okay, now my hands are already much closer to that line, right? So the difference between starting with your hands here and starting with your hands here is a really, really long distance and a heck of a lot of work when you're inverted against the wall. When it comes to the scale division, It's basically the same standards. For the scaled division, we have to have our hand completely in front of the line. But there's a big difference between here and here, right? We wouldn't want you starting here. That's a lot more work that you need to do. We also don't want you starting here because it's a no rep. So you need to make sure that you just skirt that line of making sure that your hands are in the perfect position, and that's going to help save you a lot of time and energy over the course of this workout. So the final thing I want you to think about with these wall walks is absolutely make every single rep count. You will not win by rushing your wall walks. If you try to speed through them like we saw athletes in the demonstration do, you're really not going to save that much time, just like I won't save very much time. The worst possible thing you could do is to do all the work to do a wall walk and then drop down too early with your feet and get a no rep. Talk with your judge and get them to confirm every single rep when you're good. You could hear that Carrie Pierce actually had her judge let her know every single time, good, good, good. Every single time her hands got to where they needed to be, he would, boom, let her know. That's really helpful. So if you can work with your judge to do that, that's so much better than having them sit there silently and then go, oh, no rep. That will really ruin your day. So try not to do that. And remember, stick to the movement standards. Do not rush those wall walks. Make every rep count. So let's move on to the last section of this video. We've talked about the jump rope. We've talked about the wall walks. Now it's time to talk about pacing. The number one, I almost want you to tattoo it across your forehead. Maybe just write it in permanent marker on your forearm. And that is, you are not Carrie Pierce. She has incredible shoulder endurance and can do handstand push-ups and clearly wall walks with the best of them. She actually might be the best of them. So what does that mean for you? It means that both you and I should not go fast on this workout. This is not a workout where we're really trying to go pedal to the metal. Instead, we're trying to control our energy, control our breathing for as long as possible. And then at some point, you are going to hit a wall where you can't do wall walks in an unbroken fashion, right? So what do we do in that instance? Well, here are a few pacing strategies that I'm going to personally use, and I think it's going to be really effective. Number one is that in between each wall walk, allow your hands to relax. And what I mean by that is that when we're on the floor, I actually want you to allow your shoulders to relax by whether it's like extending your arms or just simply lifting your hands off the ground. Let your shoulders relax a little bit, because if you keep them wound up in this prone position, you're really going to fatigue your shoulders throughout this entire workout. So shake them out in between each rep. The next thing I want you to think about while you are resting your shoulders is I want you to count your breaths in between each attempt. I know that seems crazy, but this is actually something that I'm pretty sure Rich Froning and a lot of other really high-level athletes, I've watched them work out with heavy barbells, and a lot of them, when they, let's say, do a clean and jerk and they drop the bar and they're trying to pick it back up, they will literally count the breaths that they're making before they put their hands back on the bar. Try to find a nice, steady, consistent pace in the beginning, and then at the end, just like any AMRAP, because this is really going to be an AMRAP for most people, once we get into that like 13, 14-minute range, that's when we can really start cranking things up and see if we can actually redline. But really, for most of the workout, we're just trying to control our shoulder fatigue on the wall walks so we're not absolutely tripping every single rep on those double unders or single unders. The thing that I've already mentioned with double unders, but I want to say it again, is that if you find yourself in the middle of a double under meltdown or a trip fest, whatever you want to call it, allow yourself to regain your composure. You can't rush your way through these reps. So if you're tripping, force yourself. Like, even look at the clock. Take a 10-second break and just take some deep breaths. Shake out your shoulders. Because, again, with double unders, efficiency and effectiveness only come when you're accumulating reps. You will be amazed at how much of a difference just taking a little bit of a break to gain your composure will help you in the middle of this workout. So that's 21.1. I hope that you like this video. If you are someone who's in the foundations division, we have bear crawls and some other stuff in there, just comment down below with any questions that you have, and I promise that myself or some of my team members will be there to answer your questions. If you would like to win free CrossFit Games tickets, 2 of them, sitting next to myself and the most handsome man in the world, Make WODs Great Again's very own John Woolley, if you want to sit next to us at the CrossFit Games, then go to the link in the comments below, or it's in the description. It's like gleam.io, something yada, yada, yada. go click that link and follow the prompts, and you can have multiple entries to win tickets to sit next to us at the CrossFit Games. And if you're someone who's unable to make the CrossFit Games and you win, we're just gonna ship you a free barbell. How does that sound? The next thing I wanna talk about is that if you want to be on a live coaching call, rather than watching this video and having to wait to ask your questions and all that stuff, if you want your direct strategy questions answered, if you want feedback on your videos, if you want the best online coaching experience that I am proud to say that we have, then go join WODprep Masters. Right now, we have WODprep Masters open for enrollment. You can join WODprep Masters and get access to live strategy calls that happen right now, feedback on all your videos, an incredible coaching community, and daily programming to help you prep for each workout. And we also have a custom warm-up video that we release, all that and so much more inside of WODprep Masters. We are only leaving the doors open for enrollment until Monday night 21.1 submission deadline. So if you get in before then, you'll have access to us for the entire Open. If not, then you will need to join the waiting list, because we are going to focus every bit of our energy and effort to help people through the Open and then hopefully through the online qualifiers. So if you're a Masters athlete, 35 years or older, go join WODprep Masters. It's a great deal, and all the links will be in the comments below. Last but not least, if you want all of the strategy guides, if you want all these tips written out for you and a special bonus video where I talk about the mindset that I'm gonna have going into this workout, then go to wodprep.com/open, sign up to make sure you're getting our emails, so you're signing up for our email list, and I will send you every single open workout, an entire list of amazing content that we're releasing to help you get your best score possible. So thumbs up if you like this video, thumbs down if you didn't. Leave a comment below and tell me about a time that you've experienced open magic, or if you have any questions about this workout or the standards or anything like that, ask below and we'll help you out. And I'll see you next week. Peace.
1, 2, 2.1, 2.11, 2.11 repeating.